It feels like today the world is designed to help you spend money effortlessly. But there is a way that you can actually save money effortlessly if you're willing to do a little bit of work up front. Before we get started, if you're new to our channel, I'm Julia. Erin is behind the camera, and we are the Canny Couple, a small homestead family in rural Virginia that work every single day to merge homesteading and frugality. And we really push the frugality in our lifestyle. We are always looking for ways to save money. And I will tell you, one of the best ways I have learned personally to save money every single day is by identifying when I'm actually spending money and how I'm spending money. What is causing me to spend money, especially if it's not planned purchases. It's really effortless. So this is one of the ways we save money on our homestead. You'll see this in another video. I can. Now, a lot of people, this might not make sense. You might have to spend a lot of money, depending on where you are, to go get produce from someplace. So that's not really effortless. But there are ways that you can effortlessly save money in your day-to-day life. So, busy mom. You have t-ball practice in the evenings. You have dance class, all the things. And now it's dinner time. And you're exhausted. You've ran, you've worked, you've done all the things you needed to do. So we go through the drive-thru or we order a pizza. Have a pizza in the freezer. Plan for these times in your family's day-to-day, your family rhythm, where you know you might actually spend money, and have a way to actually not spend money. I will tell you, for us, we fall into this trap too. And we really try to be as frugal as possible. We've been out all day, we've been working all day, something's been going on, and it's like, what are we having for dinner? I have no idea. We don't have a plan. We've not planned for what we're actually going to have for dinner. So what do? We pick something up. And it's easy. It's like, okay, dinner's done, I don't have to think about it. Or you make that convenience choice at the grocery store. Knowing that when you go to the grocery store, if you go during lunchtime, you're more likely to be hungry. You're more likely to make impulse purchases. Or if you're really busy in the morning and you didn't grab your coffee and you're stressed from having to drop the kids off, having to do all the other running you have to do in the morning, you stop and get that coffee. You could have had your coffee ready the night before to take with you in the morning. We do that now. We didn't do that before. It's actually made our Saturdays going out a lot easier and a lot less stressful because we have everything ready to go the night before. We have our waters ready, we have our coffee ready to start in the morning, everything's ready to go, and then we just get up, get ready, get in the car, and go. If you put a little effort and planning into what you're doing day to day, it can help you save money. Learning your family rhythm is part of this. I don't like the word schedule. A lot of people don't like the word schedules because they feel very restricted, but every family has a rhythm. And you can't tell me you don't. If you have a job, you have some sort of a rhythm because you have to be at your job at some point in time every single day. So most people have developed how they function every single day. They get up around the same time. They do certain things every single morning. You make your bed, you brush your teeth, you do all of these things in the same way every day. You have a family rhythm. Figure out what that is and see where you can actually start saving money in that rhythm. Where do you spend more money? Is it when you go into a store you don't need to go into? Like, think of a gas station. Do you need to go into the gas station, or can you just pay at the pump? It's one way. These stores are designed to cause you to spend money. They really are. I would also say another effortless way to save more money is to stay home, to stay busy. There's always something you can do. And I know there's this really big push out there especially for stay-at-home moms. Get out and do something every day. Get out and do something every day. But when you go out, there is a cost associated with that. I would say maybe once a week, not quite every single day. You have anything, Erin, you think of?
I mean, it's a lot about your rhythm and breaking from it, because if you just do it by habit, you're never gonna notice it.
You're not, and you have all these little expenditures and you think they're normal, and you can actually start cutting these out of your budget. You can actually start trimming down, especially if you're looking to come from a 2-income family to a 1-income family like we did. I think that's probably when we started noticing these habits more and more. Like, we just noticed that we're spending money we don't need to when we get really busy and really stressed and we have to do a lot of running during the day whenever we need to have dinner. I need to have dinner figured out or in the freezer ready to pull out when we need it. That's something I've got to work on so we're better prepared and we have that planning on hand, because it does make sense and it will help you save money. I'm not having to buy coffee on Saturday mornings, so that's how much money, depending on how much coffee is, say $3, $6. $6 doesn't seem like a lot of money, but if you're doing this over and over and over again, and most people are, you fall into the habit. We're people are creatures of habit. I mean, we just are. Every creature is. Nobody doesn't do the same things every single day. You do something similar. It's how we're built. But you can really learn to save money if you learn your rhythms and you actually start planning to take advantage of when you spend money and make a change to not spend money and make that decision. And it doesn't have to be, oh, well, I made dinner. You can buy it. Buy something convenience item. I understand. Have chicken nuggets in the freezer. Have pizza in the freezer. There's no shame in that mom and dad game. None at all. It just makes sense, especially if it keeps you from having to spend. It would be better for you to spend $5 on a frozen pizza or even $10 on a really good frozen pizza than for you to spend $40 getting pizza delivered. And I would say it's every bit of that now. At least it would be for us. And depending on where you're getting your pizza from. So learn your planning, learn your rhythms, and you can really start to save money. I just gave you some examples where it concerns food. You can look at this in anything that you do. When you go to the grocery store, when you go to Walmart, anything like that, make sure you're seeing the things that trigger you to actually spend money. If you are a salesperson like me, I will go to a sales rack and look for sales items, clearance items. Now I'm seeing that in my head, and I would normally always run right to them. Now I'm seeing this in my head, and I'm looking at it like, well, hold on a second. Do I actually need anything right now? We're really trying to use what we have and make do with what we have and not have to spend as much money. I don't really need to go through this clearance clothes rack. I'm good to go with what I currently have on hand right now. I don't really need anything, because I'm being conscious of my spending. I'm being mindful and thoughtful of how I do things, not just acting out of habit. So I think a lot of our spending is really a habit, and we have kind of been led to believe it's normal, and that these companies pay millions and millions and probably billions of dollars to help us develop these spending habits, to help us keep spending this money, and to keep us engaged in spending money. And it's just recognizing that fact, and it will help you save money. So let me know in the comments below, what effortless ways do you spend money, and how do you try to combat that? What are those triggers for you? I would love to hear other people. When Aaron and I were talking about this video, the one where we would get dinner out because we've been, running all day, was the one that triggered for us both, because he's like, well, yeah, that's one of the big ones for us. But I'd love to know what it is for everybody else, or if we're like one of those abnormal families and nobody has this problem. But let me know in the comments below, and please make sure you check out our link tree where you'll see all of our other content. And as always, thank you for joining us on the Canny Couple, where we work hard to live simple and enjoy life. Have a wonderful day.